Sometimes self-reflection is the best thing that you can do. Self-reflection is everything. Self-reflection is how you get better in life. See, the fact of the matter is, if you could get better by 1% each and every day, that's 365% of improvement. Do you know where your life will be? Imagine if you invested $1,000 and got a 365% return, right? We talking about 3,655%, somewhere around there. But the fact of the matter is, are you self-reflecting? Self-reflection is everything. I reflect a lot. I reflect quite often and understand there were some decisions I should have made, some I shouldn't have made, bad choices, good choices. But there's no way to get better if you don't give yourself direct feedback. You have to deliberately give yourself feedback to get better. Because if you messed up and you never reviewed what happened, how can you get better? How would you be able to play the scenario differently if you made a mistake? See, if you're not aware of the mistake, there's no way you could get better. So you have to be aware of the mistake or the choice that you could have made. But the only way you're able to do that is you have to self-reflect. Self-reflection is everything. This is where meditation come in. This is where asking yourself different questions come into play. And make sure you ask yourself the good questions, quality questions. Depending on the quality of your questions is going to determine the quality of your life. So if you asking yourself horrible questions, then your life will end up horrible. Why me? Why this always happen to me? Why I can't get this done? Why am I not good enough? Do you know that your mind has to come up with the answer? It's going to give you an answer. And when it gives you an answer, you're literally creating legs under that thought process. That's why you want to ask the right questions. Why not me? Right? Based on my current circumstances, how was I able to dominate this and still come out on top? The whole world against me, but I got God on my side. How was I able to make it through? What strategies did I use to be able to effectively conquer this challenge? How did I keep my mind focused on the task that was at hand when everything was in the way, trying to distract me? How did I become blinded to what I was seeing in my eyes, but I became very, very 20/20 vision to what I was seeing in my mind's eye of the vision that the Lord put in place for me? How did I go about that? These are questions that you have to ask yourself. These are things that you have to do in order to be able to get better. This is what I sold out to. You gotta self-reflect. Self-reflection is everything. Because if you don't find the time to self-reflect, if you don't feel the urge, the need to self-reflect, how can you grow? The late, great Kobe Bryant always look for the feedback in his game. Always review the games. Watch the playbacks. Play back the whole game. Look at what happened. What could I have done here? What could I have done there? I was listening to a story the other day where the guy said that he was on Kobe's team where they played a 3-on-3 and they lost. And we all know Kobe is a bona fide winner. And as he got his workout in and everything, he was icing himself, but he was looking down. And the guy said he was looking down for a while. And he was like, that's what we should have did. You should have been over there. I could have did this. The guy was like, yo, Kobe, you talking to me? He said, yeah. But he was looking down as he went over there to see what he was talking about. Kobe had an iPad in his hand and he was in the chair looking down at it. And he was looking at the game, reviewing the game, giving himself feedback. What could I have done differently to win the game? And the more I self-reflect, the better I become. Because I come to realize that looking at things in hindsight can be a pivotal moment for me to level up. You gotta know where you're going. You gotta know where you at to know where you're going. And that's where the feedback come in. That's where the self-reflection come into play. I remember Kobe talked about, he was talking to one of his mentees. You know, he was big on basketball and coaching and women's basketball, putting that on the map. And I don't know if the young lady was in high school or college. I believe she was in college, and they lost the championship game. And she got a call from Kobe. And Kobe asked her, did she rewatch the game? She was like, no, it was too painful. That was just bad. And Kobe's response was, that's okay. It's all right, it was painful. But listen, that's an opportunity to get better. What could you have done differently? Study that game so you could do something differently to be able to have a better result, have a different result. See, the greats do this. And I'm suggesting and recommending to you, make the decision to self-reflect. Because if you could reflect on the good, the bad, the ugly, the pain, the trials, the tribulations, if you could reflect on that and determine how you could have moved differently, how you could have became more effective or efficient, that would allow you to level up. So with that being said, I'm going to leave it right there. Keep pushing, keep striving, keep going for greatness, because you are great.